god. Hey guys. Oh my god. Sorry if you hear a fire alarm in the background. I'm in a different room than in the last video. But first I wanted to say thank you so much for all the just love on the last video. It was very overwhelming. I didn't expect so many people to find my channel so quickly. So thank you for that. I'm glad some people enjoyed listening to my yapping. Today I decided to do a video on my favorite OCs, Brooklyn Bennett Bravebird and AKATSUKI'S. I've had these OCs for a while, and I've decided to finally, start working on them and developing them fully. And I think they're at a point where I can, yap about them for a little bit. First OC we're going to talk about today is Brooklyn Bennett Bravebird, my top favorite OC, of course. She's the main character. She's 17. She lives in a city called Refuge City with a bunch of refugees. I think that's what that... I forgot what that word means, but I'm pretty sure it's correct. Like I said, she's 17. She's 4'11". She's very loser. She's a loser, basically. And she's a loser. She doesn't have many friends, or any friends at that. Just one friend as of the beginning of the story. I'm debating on whether to make her a third generation Native American or Portuguese, because somebody said that she gave Portuguese vibes, which I agree definitely. So if you want, let me know in the comments what I should do, because I do not know what to do yet. She listens to a lot of rock bands and just losercore music in general, because she's a loser. She listens to The Smiths, Radiohead, Alex G, Weezer, those bands, a little bit of Quiet Riot, tiny bit of Korn, but that's about it. Her pronouns are she, her, and she's definitely very passionate and heartfelt and caring. However, a lot of it doesn't go noticed because she's very introverted and doesn't let her emotions show to other people unless she really knows them. She's very adventurous. She's definitely very adventurous. She loves adventuring, and in Refuge City, which is kind of basically a worn down, poor city, basically. It's big, but it's poor and run down, and this allows her to explore a lot of abandoned places and get trinkets and all these things. And actually, her house is situated on top of a hill in the middle of Refuge City, so it allows her, she built a bunch of zip lines to go to different places back and forth, because she's just that good at it. She loves building, she loves mechanics, she wants to be an engineer and a mechanic. I don't know if those words can overlap, but she wants to be at least one of those. And she knows her stuff in electronics as well. And she's very good at taking pieces of something and another thing and putting it together and making a new thing and it actually working. She works on something and keeps putting pieces together up until it works. She's an INFPT and neutral good. I only say that because a lot of her views don't align with the basic good, whatever the meaning of good is. It doesn't really align, because she believes in a lot of freedom and stuff. That sounds like a really bad take. I don't know what I'm saying right now. But she's neutral good. Her style of clothing is very tomboyish. She's definitely a tomboy, and she dresses like a loser, obviously. If you look up losercore on Pinterest, you're gonna get an outfit, and she would wear it definitely, jorts, with a pullover, raggedy tee underneath. It's very loser. She's like I said, she's loser core. Brooklyn was definitely one of those characters that was gonna be a basic main character, like say Izuku Midoriya or Luz no Resuela from the Owl House. Like the bubbly kind of flat-ish character, like, but they have like the main character syndrome, I guess. It's not main character syndrome, but it's being the bubbly round character, I guess. And I've really been trying to branch out of that lately, like get out of that little spiel of her being like that, because she was supposed to be super bubbly and extroverted and want to be everyone's friend, but now I think I've made her very more in depth and less flat. Like, she has anxiety now. She isn't as like round or like annoying to look at, I guess, because a lot of main characters are, I guess. I don't know. I'm trying to make her unique in a way. I'm trying to make her unique but also relatable. I don't know, there isn't a lot to say about her, really. Like, I don't have really anything to look at. I didn't write anything down. I've stuff written down, but I'm not looking at it right now. When she was, I would say, maybe 9 through 12, she had a ziplining incident where she went face first into a tree, and that's how she lost her tooth. She's covered in bandages and bruises and cuts and scrapes because, and scars, because, you know, she always went out and did stuff and being adventurous and, you know, living in the woods. That's usually what happens. You get all roughed up, and she's very rough and rowdy. She's not very rowdy, but she can be once she gets really comfortable. I've had her in development since maybe as early as 2017, and her name used to be BB, which, you know, her initials are now BBB, because I wanted to, you know, still stick to that, like, the originalness, like, the OG version of her. More on her fashion, I would say she doesn't do a lot of fast fashion because, you know, she doesn't have money. She doesn't have a lot of money, and she's never had a paying job, a job that really paid. So she prefers to make her own clothing out of cloth. She either finds old clothing and then, you know, mixing it together or whatever, or just completely patchworking a whole new piece together. That's, like, she likes to do a lot of creative things like that. She also really enjoys writing. Her main goal, really, like a side main goal that she would really love to do, that isn't really, it's like a slightly part of the plot, where she wants to write a story of her life being in Refuge City, so she can inspire others around the world. She's also very aspirational. I don't think that's a word, but if it is, she wants to do a lot of things in the world and live her life to the fullest. I also forgot to mention, she also listens to The Cure, of course, you know, more loser core. You can find her taking Polaroids. She'll usually have a Polaroid camera around her neck. I didn't draw it in this photo because it's more of a, like, going out and, like, actually getting work done and not just wandering around and taking pictures of things. She knows how to play the bass, and she knows how to set up the amps and stuff. She probably found the amps in, like, an abandoned mall, and then was like, you know what, I need a guitar to go with this, and found a bass and just learned the bass herself. I want there to be a lot of music references and horror references in the series, and one of the references would be, like, in her room she would have Slipknot posters, specifically of Paul Gray, because he's the bassist, and maybe other bassists from other bands too, like maybe Weezer, Quiet Riot and stuff. I also forgot to mention she's a lesbian, and her girlfriend later in the series is Akatsuki Kaneko. Maybe. I'm still working on that, but right now I think they would have good chemistry. Also, sorry the speed paint is like so slow. I usually make like the videos in the background and then slow them down to how long I want to talk, and then I do the voiceover instead of doing the voiceover first. It's a little silly, I know, but that's just how I did it this time, and I probably need to do it a different way, but sorry they're so slow. Brooklyn definitely holds a lot of trauma from her childhood. Her father, when she was 4, was killed by a creature of the night, which in this series is called a night crawler. She witnessed it kill him right in front of her, and later on in the series, a little after like the series starts, and before she gets like drafted into a training program to fight the night crawlers, her friend gets killed in the same way, and she's watching as well. So that's kind of where she's like, wow, I should probably do something about this. I hate night crawlers, they suck, you know? I don't know why I said at some point in the series, I think after everything's established and she starts making more friends in the place she was drafted to, and she maybe starts dating Akatsuki, so there's a little bit of character development. She joins a band. They all join a band called AKATSUKI'S, which I forgot the meaning of. You can search the meaning of those words if you want, but it means something that makes a lot of sense to the story. And of course, Brooklyn's the bassist, and Akatsuki is the lead guitarist and backing vocals. In Brooklyn, I feel like she would do backing vocals, but more screaming because she can't sing, so she'd be like, she'd do like a lot of screams and yells more than just like harmonizing. She's also a very messy person. Like, her room is very disorganized. There's notes and writing everywhere from probably like diaries and stuff, and maybe drawings of trying to work out dimensions for buildings and machinery and stuff. I will definitely be posting their boards like on Pinterest, because I have a Pinterest, by the way. It should be on the screen actually. I kind of just want to move on to Akatsuki, so we're just gonna do that. So let's talk about Akatsuki now. Akatsuki Kaneko is 18 years old, about 5'5" or 5'6", maybe 5'7", you know, possibly 5'8". She's also really tall because she wears platforms along with being tall. She wears platforms too. She loves rock music. She loves rock, metal, all that stuff, punk. I'm trying to like make her more punk right now. Without being like too punk. Like she has a bit of punk in her, and she definitely dabbles in that stuff, but she wouldn't like do anything. I don't know how to say it. Like, she doesn't have the outfits really for it, or she has the personality, but she wouldn't like dress like it, I guess. And she loves the punk music too. She's also lesbian, and later in the speed paint I draw her with the trans flag, but she's actually cisgender. She just wears it for support because trans rights, everybody. She grew up in a more privileged and rich city, which I forgot what I made the name of, but at a young age, because her family was neglectful, she ended up, you know, just doing her own thing, going outside, and was raised by the local punks in the area, where they basically made her their younger sibling and stuff. But that's also where she learned to smoke, so no hate to like punks or whatever though. Actually, like in this, she just learned to smoke because they smoked. I'm not saying all punks smoke, and I'm not saying that they teach little kids to smoke either. Her favorite color is pink, of course, and her eyes are a very pretty blue, which I don't think I captured in... Oh, sorry, I got a Tumblr notification. Well, that Nina the Killer drawing I did, like, blew up on Tumblr, like, I know I'm going off of, like, off script or whatever, but it, like, blew up on Tumblr. Like, even my dad went on Tumblr. I was like, oh my god, you're trending. Like, oh my god, thank you guys so much. I love you guys so much. I can't wait to start making money from, like, YouTube and stuff, because it'll just help my family so much. I just can't wait. Anyway, AKATSUKI'S outfits, can be punk, but she also wears a lot of, she can be coquette, goth, actually. She wears a lot of goth-ish clothing that's dark, and, like, the platform boots and stuff. I'm not trying to stereotype at all, it's just, that's just, like, the only name, like, the words I can think of right now. She can wear chokers and wristbands and stuff. She very rarely pulls her hair back. It's only, like, if she's playing guitar. Yeah, she plays guitar. You know, she's the lead, guitarist, and definitely does backing vocals to harmonize, because she's very good at singing. Like, if you couldn't tell, like, she just looks like she's good at singing. And she's very pretty. She's a very pretty character, and I just love her so much. She used to, hate Brooklyn, like, in the original story. She used to hate her, and they used to be enemies. And, AKATSUKI used to be named, Skara, and she used to be, like, obsessed over this one gay guy. It was such a silly story, but it was very intriguing. I know I understand why I went for it, but, like, I don't know if I could, like, do it now, because it just doesn't intrigue me as much. Like, I don't know how to explain. It's not as interesting to me. Like, I feel like there's such a better dynamic with Brooklyn and AKATSUKI, and AKATSUKI being like this, and I just like AKATSUKI like this so much more. It just fits her so well. It's just so nice. I know I didn't talk a lot about my characters in this. Like, I don't know if I'm sorry, this is my first, like, still, I'm not used to talking, you know?
Go ahead and log off for me, baby.